looks good. Let's start this. Let's keep the mouse off the
What's
screen.
this line right here?
I don't see a line. You're fine. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Why Did Ask For? As always, I'm your host Dan. With me is Pat.
I am the king of Siam.
And Tip. You've used that one before.
Oh, damn it. I'm the queen of Siam.
And Tip.
You certainly are a queen, Pat.
Hey, let's not poke fun here.
No. Let's not get on
that's
Pat's
the
case on
one.
Duran Appreciation Day.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. It is. It is Duran Duran Appreciation Day. I appreciate you, Duran Duran.
What an awful day.
It's a wonderful day.
Awful day in history.
No, you are mistaken, sir, and it's understandable. Not many people realize the greatness that is Duran Duran. Totally understandable. Yep.
Dude, never mind. I can't. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm having a lot of technical
I was
difficulties
gonna
today.
say something, but I can't.
Oh, you see? It's on my side now. This is great. I've seen Duran Duran twice in concert, which I probably mentioned. Dan got my hopes up, saying that he went to go see them at a festival, and then it was his neighbor, and now I feel like the fool, but you missed out on a great concert, man. That's all.
I doubt it.
Great concert.
I doubt it. So what do you guys been up to?
Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's go. I'm Tip. Welcome to Why Did Ask For?
40 minutes into it.
All right then.
I saw Ghostbusters, finally.
Oh.
Oh yeah, how was that?
You know what? I don't want Tip to beat me up, but on a scale of 1 out of 10, I gave it a 9.
Wow.
So I'm going to tell you something about Ghostbusters that I read today. They
Yes.
lost
Yes, I saw it.
$70 million.
Yes.
Wow.
I saw this.
So there's not going to be a sequel.
I saw this, and they're going to invest more into the cartoon spinoff. Yes, I know. Okay, but
that
here's the
could be
thing.
great.
I think it would be a lot more fun, and they have a lot more opportunity in the animated realm, you know?
Mhm.
But I thought before Tip berates me for liking it, I would explain why I like it.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to accept it as its own movie.
Yeah.
You can't go into it saying, I'm going to compare this to the originals, because you're not. It's not this. You can't. Otherwise, you will hate it. And I loved the fact that I loved all 4 of those actresses. They're amazing. Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, freaking Melissa McCartney, and Leslie Jones. They have such a great chemistry that it's like, I love them on SNL. I think they have a good they're able to tease each other in real life, so they're able to translate that chemistry on the screen.
Right.
The writing for their characters wasn't as great. I wish it was just a little bit better, because it's like you didn't really stretch out the full potential of these 4 comedians.
Yeah.
And that was a shame. But for what it was as an outward comedy, it was pretty good. I had a good time. I don't like what they did to Thor. They made Thor look like the male version of a dumb blonde, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know, like they pushed it too far with him. But overall, he did a great job. They did a great job. I laughed out loud in the theater, so I guess that's a good sign.
You know, Thor has a real name.
Chris Hemsworth it doesn't exist. He's Thor.
So, out of
So
everything...
he played the counterpart to, he would have been like their version of Janine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Janine
Isn't
Melman, but,
Janine kind of
like crazy?
Yeah,
a little bit
she's-
fucked in the head and kind of ditzy?
Yeah.
She was in the second movie. In the first movie, she was perfectly normal. She was just obsessed with Egon. And then
Oh.
in this movie,
Well, who isn't obsessed with Egon?
I miss
Well,
Harold Ramis so
At this
bad.
point, wouldn't it be necrophilia?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh. Go on.
So, Pat, let me tell you why I will not see that movie. Out of the 4 actresses you named, I knew one of them, and I think she's a horrible comedian.
Which one?
You knew this?
Melissa McCartney.
Okay, first
I
of
don't
all,
think.
first
I
of
don't
all,
think.
it's Melissa McCarthy.
So I didn't even
She's-
really know it.
She's not related to a beetle.
So I really didn't know it, and I'm not a fan of her work. I didn't like.
You know what? Kristen Wiig she's pretty funny. I've seen her in a bunch of other shit. She's a pretty funny chick. The other 2, I don't know who they are.
Well, with Melissa McCarthy, it's
No, Melissa McCarthy I knew because my wife watches everything with Melissa McCarthy in it. Plus,
Did she-
I liked their show Mike and Molly.
Well, I think Tip doesn't like her because of Gilmore Girls. I could be wrong.
I've never seen Gilmore Girls.
Liar.
Yeah,
Liar. He's like
the mom.
Oh, I watch that every day just for the mom.
Yeah,
And now it's coming back.
Yep. On
See, look, he
Netflix.
can't even hide the smile. He's all
But
about it.
no, I didn't like her in the movie where she stole the guy's identity.
Really?
Identity
That was one of the
thief.
few movies where I actually laughed. Like when she throat punches that guy, I laughed out loud.
I didn't like it. I didn't like her in the spy one. No, the cop one where she's an undercover cop
Oh, it was
with Sandra Bullock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Never
about, but I
watched it.
never saw it. Yeah.
The point that I can't remember the names of any of her movies.
Well, she's supposed to be in another movie called Saint Vincent, which I think is coming to Netflix pretty soon. And I want to see that because she co-stars with Bill Murray.
Oh man.
And Tip, she has Bill Murray's seal of approval. He was the one that recommended her for the part in Ghostbusters. So you got quite the conundrum.
Do I finally disagree with Bill Murray?
You can never
I think you
disagree
might.
with Bill Murray. Those are words you spoke.
Wasn't he in that movie too?
In Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Didn't he
If
do
you
like a
haven't-
Oh
cameo?
shit!
But
Now
his,
I gotta go see it.
but his character was like the complete opposite of what Venkman is.
His character was exactly Bill Murray at this time. He wasn't Peter Venkman. He was being himself, like this very cynical king of cynicism.
Because I had heard that basically the character that he played, like he was in the movie, whatever, but he was like, he wasn't Venkman. He was like the exact opposite of what Venkman would have been.
Yeah, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it, or for like Tip who hasn't seen it, but he does a great job just being in the movie. But he's not his character. He's not Peter Venkman.
And now that I know that Bill Murray's in it, I have to go see it.
Absolutely.
'Cause I made a blood oath.
But look, you have such low expectations of the movie right now. You may be pleasantly surprised.
That's true. I don't see how it could disappoint me from the
But-
bar I've set for it.
I think nowadays you kind of have to go into, like, regardless of what critics and all that shit say and other people.
I
whatever,
agree.
You have to go in, no matter what you know about the movie. You have to go in with low expectations every time.
Yeah.
And you know what? We live in an age now, especially with like Rotten Tomatoes, which has become really popular again out of nowhere,
Yeah.
where it's extremely popular to criticize movies.
Well,
And it's
I
like
learned
people
my
will
lesson.
just criticize it just to criticize it. I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
I learned my lesson from the Star Wars prequels. I went in to see those going, oh my god, it's Star Wars. Oh my god, George Lucas Star Wars. And fucking Jar Jar Binks. Binks thinks this is awesome.
That's so
And I was so like going into the new Star Wars Force Awakens, my expectations were pretty low because I didn't want to be devastated like that again. And I was really happy with the movie.
There you go.
Granted, that's a very good example, but I mean,
Well, it is. Hey, fucking now I can see that movie and pay my dues to it in the comfort of my own home because it's now on Netflix.
Only in Canada.
oh my gosh.
I don't care if it's only in Canada or not. At least now I know I pay for my Netflix subscription, so now I can watch it in good quality and feel good about it.
Okay.
There was a judge here in the States
Because I
that was
totally
trying
ripped it off the first time, and it looked like fucking the first Star Wars movie.
Oh.
you got the full true experience.
Yeah.
There was a judge in the States that was trying to make sharing your Netflix password illegal.
No, that's not what he was doing.
Oh,
Someone had shared a password to hack into the Houston Astros database for
Okay.
their team building and everything.
This builds into this. I really want to
Yeah,
know.
Well,
fucking
it was a
Astros
former executive from Kansas City, I think. I could have my teams mixed up. But he went from one team to Houston, and he used one of his old buddies' password to go into the Kansas City personnel files. And they
Okay.
said, hey, you technically broke the law. You hacked by using that guy's password. So the whole
For what purpose?
Netflix thing, they wanted to get an upper...
Oh, I see. They're trying to use that as a precedent
Yeah.
for like for using someone else's password for something that doesn't
Yeah.
belong to you.
But Netflix
So I guess
already said, don't worry about it. They don't care.
They'll-
Netflix is an A-OK. They're a upright company. I like them.
I do too.
Sure, I liked them until they started fucking blocking VPNs.
Yeah.
Oh, they do that?
I
But
thought because I read a news story about it or whatever. Like, yeah, they're gonna start blocking VPN users and all that shit. And I'm like, they haven't got me yet. I'm fine. And then like 3 days later, be watching something and it would go like maybe a quarter of the way through it, and then it would just stop and go, "You're using a VPN. Please don't," or whatever. Like, you can't like get rid of it, change your settings back to normal or whatever, or you can't continue watching. I'm like, this is bullshit. Then you wait a
Yeah.
little while and it would go away, but it's like, man, it'd take like 2 hours to reset. So you'd have to close
Yeah.
Netflix for like 2 hours, try and keep watching your show, and it would do it again. And like, I run Netflix constantly for my kids, so it was just like, I can't do this anymore. This is bullshit. So back to Canadian content. So like half the shit that my kids watch, they can't watch anymore.
Oh,
But-
that sucks.
Sucks
I had
for
to
them.
I had to mess with that for the last season of Breaking Bad because for some reason, like I was watching it in October and they had it released in the UK, the final like 5 episodes of Breaking Bad, but they didn't have it in the US, and I was like, this is so stupid. Why do they have it over there, but not over here? That was the one time I had to mess with that, but it was worth it. Breaking Bad finale was definitely worth it back then. Yeah. So what's everybody watching nowadays?
I just finished The Ranch.
What's that about? Use it.
It's yeah.
I'm half expecting a little kid flying across the back.
No. He's all the way upstairs. She's halfway up. The Ranch is Danny Masterson and Ashton Kutcher. 2 guys from That 70s Show. They work on their parents' ranch. It's sort of a comedy, serious. The first couple episodes are like, make up your mind what do you want to be, but then you kind of get into it. And it's only 1 season so far. It's 10 episodes. It's pretty good. The father is played by, you know, the guy in the Dodge Ram commercials? This is Guts, Glory, Ram.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
been in
he-
like countless other
Lonesome
movies
Dove.
and shit, but-
He was in Lonesome Dove. He was in
yeah.
Parks and Rec. He was the other Ron in Parks and Rec.
Hmm.
Hippie Ron.
I don't know. I didn't watch that, but the first one, I was like, yeah. He was in
Yeah.
that.
And then I think no, he wasn't in that.
I don't remember his fucking name. Anyway, it's not bad.
The Ranch.
The first
Okay.
episode I had to kind of push my way through, but then episode 2, Alicia Cuthbert showed up.
Oh,
I was in.
yeah.
Nice.
I've been watching a show called The Last Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
What's that about?
The Danes have invaded the British, but it's way back before Britain was what we know it to be now, where it was still all divided kingdoms, and I'm only about halfway through. I like it. People die.
Okay. It's a selling point for Tip.
Let's see, what else have I watched? I watched Voltron all the way through.
Okay, I'm halfway through that, and that's what I was gonna say, so I doggone it.
Sam Elliott is his name.
Yes. Man, I don't remember what I watched between Voltron and Oh, I watched this thing on Netflix called Last Chance U, and they follow a junior college football team. And the whole point of the junior college team is to get people up to Division 1 schools because they've had grade problems or something in the past. And that was it was really good. I'm not a big like behind the scenes football fan, but that was really good. I liked it.
There you go.
That's
I also found a show that I know Tip watched an episode of because I told him to. I don't know if Pat's watched it yet.
Uh-oh.
It's an animated show called Brickleberry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I was scrolling through Netflix and I saw it pop up, and it looked like a Seth MacFarlane cartoon. It was just
Mhm.
drawn in that art style, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I didn't know he made." And then it was like 3 seasons. I was like, I don't think that's him. But anyway, chucked on the first episode. It was all right, and then the second episode, something happened, and I went, "Whoa! Oh yeah, it's on Netflix." But it's like it's It's very adult.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very, very adult. Daniel Tosh plays I would say he's the main character. He's a little bear.
Yeah.
And for the first season, Caitlin Olsen, who is Dee on Always Sunny,
Mm-hmm.
she voices a character for the first season, and I guess she gets replaced or whatever. But yeah, I'm like halfway through the first season, and like every episode, I'm just like, no wonder it's not on cable.
I will start watching it here pretty soon, but thanks to Netflix, aside from Game of Thrones, the only way I can watch TV is in chunks, and it has to be the same thing in that chunk.
what do you mean?
Like, I can't, like, oh, I'm going to watch this show on a Tuesday. No. All week, I'm watching that show until it's done.
Wait, do you mean I don't understand. Like, your
I love
computer
Dan
won't
advice
let you,
too.
or you won't let you?
Simultaneous
I won't let
reaction.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like
that's
it's
your
like,
thing. You have to completely finish a show before moving on to the next one.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Well, it's only 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Half hour.
Well, I
episode.
got to finish this Last Kingdom. That's what I'm on right now.
have you guys watched a show called Sherlock
Yes.
No.
on the BBC? Okay, Dan, you're missing out. Tip, good on you.
Is that the
Tip
one
had-
with Lucy Liu in it?
No,
that
that's
is Elementary on CBS. That's also a
Oh.
good one.
I will have to watch that. I have not given that a chance yet, but Sherlock.
I'm a
features
Lucy Liu
Martin
fan.
Freeman and Benedict. Tip, please say the last name for me. Thank you. And it's amazing. It's an amazing show. I think I may have talked about it before, but they just announced that they're going to have the 4th season of Sherlock come out this Christmas, around this Christmas time here, and I'm super excited for it. So
So speaking of TV, Dan, have you watched any of the Olympics?
No.
Oh, okay, so
We talked
there
about this
goes my-
last week. I don't care. It's Summer Olympics.
I
I'm
know you
Canadian.
don't care. I know you don't care, but I wanted to know what the coverage was like
Oh, it's
What is
on all the fucking
sun
time.
media? Yeah.
because, like, in
if
the States,
I still watched cable TV like I used to, nothing that I watched would be on for the next week and a half because it's all Olympics all the time.
yeah, because like for us, it's all Olympics. It's like 3 minutes of action and like 8 minutes of commercial.
Are you really?
Yeah, and
No, it's not that bad
NBC.
here.
Yeah, NBC just completely screwed the pooch on this one. I think they paid $1.2 billion for the rights, and they've only sold $1 billion worth of ad revenue, and it's basically all ads.
That's awful.
So
I hear they're
Yeah,
doing a
it's-
terrible job.
they're doing a horrible job.
like even people. There's a article on Reddit, which I think maybe you read, that talk about how if you're so disappointed with the way NBC is doing it, watch it on the BBC instead.
Yeah,
Because apparently, like, there's so many time lapses and ad revenue that it's just
And-
it's
and,
unwatchable.
well, it's like 3 minutes of action, or not even that. They'll show one race, and then before they even interview the guys after they've won a gold medal or something. Oh, let's a word from our sponsors. Eat your Big Mac.
For the Olympics.
Yeah,
That's how
and it's-
Michael Phelps got the 6-pack.
And it pisses me off because when I watch women's beach volleyball, I don't need commercials every 3 minutes.
Can't jerk off to that, right?
No.
Hey. Come on now.
But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I've missed, like the French guy breaking his leg, the
Was that
Dutch girl
cycling?
breaking her back. No, he was a gymnast. The
Oh.
cycling one's the girl that broke her back, and I missed that.
Oh.
Ow.
I missed the gymnast. She was doing her routine, and she did a front flip, but landed on her shoulders,
Oh.
and then got up and tried to do it again, and then just pretty much was like, "Fuck it, I'm done."
Oh.
And I like the Olympics for the accidents that happen.
You're a terrible person.
Well, I knew that.
This
Well,
is true.
but I mean, this is a whole new level of terrible. Even I don't
What-
know about this tip. That's terrible. You know what? I didn't know about that video of the guy breaking his leg, and somebody had made it into a GIF on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch him do a tremendous somersault. This is awesome." And I just
He did a tremendous somersault.
but then he pulls up his leg like, "A little help," and I'm like, I almost passed out at work.
Of course you did.
It was,
I was like, "Oh my god, it's slightly uncomfortable."
and I'm like, I'm at work. I can't pass out. They're gonna know I'm on Facebook.
No, I haven't watched anything. I see, like I was. So the first 2 days, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this, and I might get in shit, but probably not. My first 2 days with my new job as orientation, we were at a hotel, and every time we go on break, there was like a TV that I would walk past. So
Yeah.
for however long it took me while that thing was in my sight, I would see the Olympics, but I don't care.
For our listening audience, Dan is a male escort.
Also, there was the room we were sitting in was right between two Pokestops,
Nice.
and for half of the first day there was lures on both of them.
Oh,
Nice.
I got so many Pokemon I never had before. It was awesome.
man. I've got to get a new job so I can do this.
I gotta go outside. I think that's my problem. I don't go outside
I was
enough.
driving around
Yeah.
today. I had to go to the bank. So wife hurried home, and I took the car and ran off to the bank. And it was just for a quick there and back. And I ended up taking a back street because the road that I have to go down is for some reason like one of the busiest roads in Ottawa, and it fucking drives me nuts. So I only go about halfway up, and then there's like a back way to go to get to the bank. So I was taking that back way, and I had seen some screenshots that there was like, because they've been updating the game, right? Like now they took away the feet or whatever, and now
Yeah,
when you
and
click
now
on the
there's
Pokemon thing, it
grass.
says sightings and there's grass.
Yeah.
But there's also a thing is if you're in a car, it detects that you're going too fast, and it says, "Hey, you're going too fast. You shouldn't play while you're driving." And you can say, "I'm a passenger."
Yes.
Anyway, I wanted
I
to
ha-
see if that update was in the game, and I wasn't paying attention to my phone. I honestly wasn't. I had it in the cup holder, and it was just there. And I got on this back street, and the speed limit goes way down, and I was like, "Oh right!" I wanted to see if that thing showed up, and it did. So I hit the I'm a passenger, and I kept driving, and it caught my eye. There was a silhouette in the sightings,
Oh no.
and it was a fucking Taurus, which is very rare to see one in the wild, apparently. Like, they're North American exclusive, apparently. But I didn't have time. I was like, I gotta get to the bank before it closes and everything, so I couldn't actually go hunt it down, but I was like, fuck! Like, that's the first one that I've seen in a long time that was like, I really need that one.
So I found out about that if you're driving thing, are you the passenger?
Mm-hmm.
Here's how I found out about it. I was getting lunch, and I drove. Son of a bitch. He hatched it.
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, so I was driving to get lunch, and I drove a good 5 miles. Then I got out of the car, and I walked in to get my sandwich, and I paid for the sandwiches. I was walking back to my car, and as I'm walking back to the car, I move my phone so I can get my keys, and then as I'm moving it, that's when it popped up. Like, I watched it pop up. Hey, you can't drive. Are you the passenger? I was like, well, I was walking.
That's what happened to me after. Okay, yesterday, because unfortunately we were recording this a day late, but my wife had to use my computer for that, and after she was done, she was so pissed off we went for a walk. So we went for a walk, and as we're walking around, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, she's not talking. I'm going to play Pokemon. And so, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, you're going way too fast. If you're driving and it's the passenger, I'm like, I'm walking. This is ridiculous. It's very frustrating. And instead of like nearby, Pokemon nearby, it says sightings. And that's
Yeah.
where I think that grass comes in. It's like,
Yeah.
just leave it nearby. Why are people messing with it? It was fine before. I hate change.
I think it's
I'm an old man now.
I think it's just because they're trying to make people forget that there used to be footprints and an
Yeah.
actual tracking system in that game.
That's a good point.
Now it's just kind of guessing.
Either that, or they've incorporated Pokevision somehow, and so now it says sightings because Pokevision used to say, "Hey, there was some shit around here."
Ah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bought out that technology of whoever was messing
They
with
didn't
that,
buy it out; they closed it down.
and then stole their idea probably. And like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's shut them down.
Yeah.
Let's us do it.
I would hope
Well, I
for
mean, they
their
have the
sake
right
that they
to.
didn't outright do that because they're in for a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could never say that wasn't their intention to do that in the first place, and it was already a patented idea, and this place just happened to
If they
stumble.
had the patent for it, sure,
I guess that's true.
but they would need to patent that before in order to be able to claim that. Oh no, we were totally going to do that. Really?
It just
Show me,
seems
show
to
me
me
the
like-
paperwork. You know.
It just seems to me like right now is a perfect time to be making a lot of money off of anything Pokemon. Like if you can make, like I don't know if you've seen it. There's these little rechargeable Pokemon Pokeballs that they're like battery powered, and you can charge your phone with them.
I got some Pokeballs for you.
Okay, hang on. But
21 of them.
nice, and they got 2 USB ports in there, and it's so you and a friend can charge your phone.
It's a battery
And-
bank.
Yeah, like a battery bank. Yeah, there you go. And it's really cool.
So, I don't know if you guys remember. Dan, I really don't know if you remember, because I don't know if this was a thing in Canada. But Burger King, when Pokemon came out, I was like 15 or 16 when it first came out, but Burger King did the toy, the kids' meal toy was a Pokemon and a Pokeball.
Yes, I remember that.
And
Never went to Burger King.
so I remember we went and my friends were like, watch this, and they started pushing each other. I'm gonna fight you, blah blah blah, and like everyone just started gathering around as kids do when a fight's gonna break out.
That's
at
what we
school.
do here in America. We just hit each other over Pokemon. Go on.
And
then
and
that's it.
and then they backed up, and then they're like, I choose you, and they threw their Pokeballs down. It was the greatest thing ever.
This stuff happened. I remember stuff like this happening quite frequently.
Story of my life.
By the way, I'm pretty sure you weren't 15 or 16 when Pokemon first came out.
When did it come out?
98?
I was 14.
No.
Yep.
96.
Excellent.
Hang on, 96.
I was.
I'm almost. I'm pretty sure the show came out in 98, so Pokemon Yellow came out in 98. Blue and Red, I'm pretty sure came out in 96.
I think I was seventh grade, so I must have been like 12 or 13.
I was in high school when they did this, so it was whenever they had those Pokeballs.
Because they must have done that much later. Because
That
it was
might have
popular
been
for a really long
another
time.
generation.
I don't know. This is the first Pokemon game I've ever played. Is Pokemon Go.
Except for, you know what? I think it. Because I remember Burger King doing that, but they didn't do that till much later, till after it got really
It didn't become available until September 1998.
Huh.
So I must
Yeah,
have
so-
been in grade 8.
Yeah, I was starting high school.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was grade 9.
I could
You
always
know-
remember I was born on a perfect year where I started grade 1 in 91.
Ah,
So 92 was grade 2, 3. You know.
Nice.
my niece was born in 2000, so I always know.
How
Wait,
old she is based off
yeah.
of the year. So right now she's 16.
Not yet, because her birthday and my birthday are like 4 days apart.
Oh, nice. Did you guys ever used to collect the cards?
No,
I didn't. My cousin did, though.
I did.
I had a cousin who's
Well, I-
5 years younger than me, and he was crazy into them. He had binders upon binders of them.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Is I was in a theater arts class in middle school, so that means it must have been popular in middle school. And there was this one kid that was like one of those arrogant, like, I hate to say this, but he was like the chubby kid. And I was pretty chubby too, so I'm not saying he was the chubby kid, but he was a chubby kid with the glasses. And he would show up and be like, "Hey everybody, look at my Pokemon cards in my binder. I got 50 pages of it." And it was, I forget his name, but he was just so proud of that thing. But he was like, "Look, I bought all these cards. My parents let me get this. I have 3 Charizards, foil Charizards in it." Like, he was so proud of him. By the end of the day, I remember that a teacher walked into our class, to a classroom, and he was in another classroom, and said, "Everybody, I want you to stand up and step away from your desks." And I was like, "What the frick happened? Is there like a disease or something?" Somebody stole his binder full of Pokemon cards.
Oh, God.
And he's very upset about it, and we're not leaving until we find him. And we're
Really?
I'm serious. Dead serious.
Wow.
No, we voluntarily went through everybody's backpack in the class to prove that nobody had them. And what we think happened is that he was so busy showing them off is that he forgot them outside, and somebody's like, "Hey," and from another class took them. But that was how bad the obsession was. But then how
I remember it being a crazy obsession, but it just wasn't. It was a little bit beyond me.
Yeah. I didn't play the cards, so I didn't play any of the games until this one came out. Pokemon Go is my first foray into Pokemon.
It's a shame that they're not even entertaining. Like, they should have just left in the steps, even if they're not completely accurate, because at least it was encouraging people to go like walk outside and
Yeah.
get exercise and do stuff, and then meet people that were also doing the same thing. You might make new friends that way. I mean, that's a very like forward-thinking game. It encouraged you to get out of your comfort zone and go do something.
You know, there was a game they put out the year before called Ingress.
Yes, but what is Ingress? It doesn't have the same publicity as Pokemon.
It's the same game.
There's also called basketball that encourages you to go outside and play, but there's like, which one are you going to play, Pokemon or?
It's true.
They're just, in other words, it's taking the video game obsessed community and forcing them to go outside for something that they really want, which is Pokemon, right? Dan's laughing at me. I'm not sure why.
You know what I really want
Oh, okay. I've been in that situation.
is I want some tacos.
Anyway, I think I think I'm gonna die.
Oh, and we've lost Dan at the mention of tacos in North America. Don't worry, Dan. I have a Taurus. I will save him for you when trading becomes available in the game.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can.
Okay.
Are you
So
okay?
before my wife snaps, we should probably cut this one a little short so that I can deal with my son.
I'm okay with that.
So, yeah,
You can keep talking, but cut the recording.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get to bed for work and all that stuff. The wife's gonna start
Understood.
snapping, so I want to thank everybody for joining us this week, although it was a little bit shorter than normal. Just remember, check out our store, society6.com/whydidaskfor, society6.com/whydidaskfor. Follow us all on Twitter at whydidan, at whydiddip, at Celtic Horn, or at whydidaskfor.
Contractual obligation.
Yeah, thanks for joining us this week, and hopefully we made you ask, why did ask for?
Why did end? I remember
Bye.
to say it this time.
Goodbye.
Bye.